busiest mobilization training center in all of 1st Army right now is Fort Bliss, Texas. Recently, soldiers from our Public Affairs Office traveled down to Fort Bliss, Texas to train the 138th Public Affairs Detachment of the New York National Guard, which is deploying to Guantanamo Bay, who assisted us in covering the 101st Expeditionary Signal Battalion, who is deploying to Afghanistan, who is training under the auspices of our 402nd Field Artillery Brigade and the 5th Armored Brigade. Whew! There's a lot of moving parts here in the training machine. Let's go down to Fort Bliss, Texas and listen as Specialist Rachel Haynes of the 138th PAD explains the training we're giving to the 101st Expeditionary Signal Battalion, right here on First in the West.
The New York Army National Guard's 101st Expeditionary Signal Battalion conducted pre-mobilization training at Fort Bliss, Texas, Saturday. The battalion deploys to Afghanistan in the fall. Since arriving at Fort Bliss, the soldiers have been training in both their warrior and signal skills. Alpha Company Commander, First Lieutenant John Santana, explained the importance of this training.
We have soldiers that are going to be very small units, teams of 5, 3, 10. They're going to be going out in support of infantry units and MP units. And while their major mission is to support signal communications, they have to be prepared to defend their position if need be. And so this training is critical for our soldiers as well as infantry soldiers and any other soldiers in the Army.
Santana also said that the terrain added to the training environment. Training included combatives, convoy operations, and other battle drills. Companies are organized to take full advantage of the different skill sets possessed by their soldiers. Sergeant First Class Ramon Anderson shared other important aspects of this training.
Getting to know your equipment. Pretty much a validation, knowing how to run your equipment, how to learn to work together as a team, unit cohesion.
Sergeant Anderson went on to cite the importance of the soldiers remaining positive and making the most of the training. Reporting for the 138th PAD, I'm Specialist Rachel Haynes.
Great job, Specialist Haynes. I think you're ready to deploy. Well, the hot summer months are coming to a close here at Fort Hood. And up in our northern brigades at Joint Base Lewis McChord and Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, they're already starting to feel that brisk autumn air. Well, with that cool air comes the cold and flu season. Now, our surgeon's office didn't ask us to needle you, but they did ask you to stop by and get your vaccine. So why don't you go visit your health provider or the surgeon's office and let them give it a shot.
We're vaccinating against 3 different strains that may have a potential to, if we don't vaccinate, make our soldiers, the health of our force, worsen. We give a mass effort for the mass event. And then to follow on the 13th of October will be the makeup for those soldiers who just could not get here, due to other missions.
On a more serious note, it's been 11 years since that fateful day, September 11th, 2001, when our nation was attacked. Recently, the soldiers and civilians of Division West paused to reflect on what that fateful day meant to our nation and to our Army.
I want to ask each and every one of you not to forget what you represent, the flag on your right shoulder, and the fact that the enemy, Al-Qaeda and others, are still standing, waiting to attack this nation. And it takes your diligence. It takes formations just like we have standing here today, to include our civilian partners that are standing back by the flagpole, to stand up to a foe and make sure that this great nation endures.
We will never forget. That's it for this edition of First in the West. Join us next time.